Tangshan Earthquake by Mitchell Masuda. On July 28, 1976, the Great Tangshan Earthquake was a surprising awakening. In the early morning, a 7.8 magnitude earthquake struck. The epicenter of the earthquake was near Tangshan, in the province of Hebei, an industrial city with approximately 1 million civilians. The cause was when the 25-mile-long Tangshan Fault, which runs near the city, ruptured due to potential energy caused from the Amurian plate sliding past the Eurasian plate. The earthquake lasted up to 14 to 16 seconds, and buildings just collapsed. 16 hours later, a 7.1 aftershock rattled everybody's bones, which really didn't help the circumstance that Tangshan was in. There was total chaos in Tangshan. There were no foreshocks to say that there were a large earthquake about to happen. People said that water in walls supposedly rose up and down 3 days before the earthquake. Also, villagers said that the fish in ponds and lake were acting strangely and jumping out of the water, as if they wanted to get out of the water. There was one city in Hebei that was prepared. That was the Qinglong County. On July 25th and 26th, each community of the Qinglong County had emergency meetings to prepare and instruct villagers in case there was an earthquake. The buildings were examined and the water reservoirs were given special attention. There wasn't a single casualty when the earthquake happened. Many casualties and injuries occurred in Tangshan because most buildings weren't meant to withstand earthquakes, and it was on unstable alluvial soil, which is loose and is sort of like sand. Therefore, thousands of buildings were destroyed. Tangshan was very unprepared because the earthquake struck around 4 a.m. and everybody was still sleeping. There were around 245,000 to 255,000 dead. Another 164,000 people were severely injured. Another reason that there were so many casualties is because it was highly doubted that there was going to be an earthquake in Tangshan. The earthquake devastated the city over an area of roughly 40 miles to 5 miles. Many of the earthquake people who survived the initial earthquake were trapped under collapsed buildings. Tremors were felt as far away as Xi'an, approximately 470 miles away. 85% of the buildings in the city collapsed into ruins or became uninhabitable. Seismic waves spread far, with damage in cities. A few buildings as far as Beijing, 140 kilometers from the epicenter, were damaged. The economic loss totaled 10 billion yuan, Chinese currency. After the earthquake, the Chinese government denied help from the Foreign Aid United Nations. Tangshan needed some help, so Shanghai sent 56 medical teams to help. The city was completely destroyed. After the aftershock, people began to rebuild the city immediately. Today, Tangshan is the home to about 3 million people and is known to the brave city of China.